Hi folks, thanks for joining me today. My name is Greg and this is all about candles. Let's get right into it, shall we? Our candle review today is Berry Waffle Cone from Bath and Body Works. Some of you guys might have heard of this candle before. This one got burned all the way down, but the last bit of it got burned outside. More on that later. Berry Waffle Cone is one of those Bath and Body Works fragrances that's like an old friend to me. And I pick one up every year because I do get a hankering for it. But by the time the candle is done, I'm usually done with it as well. I have similar feelings about this candle as I do Summer Boardwalk, which I just posted a review of that last week as well. A really nice sort of like summer into fall candle to sort of get me primed for all of the like pumpkin and cinnamon and cloves and apples that are, gonna start happening soon. And so this version was very similar to the versions of Berry Waffle Cone in the past in terms of just about everything: strength, throw, performance, etc. The scent notes on this are sweet summer berries, golden waffle cone, and creamy vanilla. I've always thought that this candle is a real stretch in terms of marketing, because to me this is not an ice cream cone candle whatsoever. To me this is like a fall mixed berry pie. I actually have a new version here of Berry Waffle Cone. Spoiler alert, I repurchased one during SAS. And I mean, I just don't get ice cream cone at all from this one. I always have thought that this smells like a fall mixed berry pie because there's a considerable amount of like kitchen spices in there. Like a nutmeggy, cinnamony, clovey, like kitchen spice dessert pie blend. And there is not a cooling agent in here at all. I like for my ice cream candles to have some sort of a cooling sensation to the fragrance. Even if it's just a teeny hint of like a mint or a eucalyptus or a citrus, something that isn't necessarily noticeable but gives it sort of a cool vibe. But to me, this smells like a spiced wild berry pie fresh out of the oven. However, I still really like it. And that's part of the reason why I say that I think this is a good late summer into fall candle, because truthfully, this could easily be marketed as a fall berry pie candle, but it's been around for so long as Berry Waffle Cone, I don't really see that ever happening. Getting into performance, this version did all right. I mean, I would say that for as long as I can remember, Berry Waffle Cone has been having issues at the halfway point. For a long time, they've been using thick ropey wicks and colored wax on Berry Waffle Cone, and it burns pretty nicely until the halfway point, and then the wicks just start drowning and it gets really hard. It takes a lot of babying this candle to get it back to where you'd like it to be, but it's forgivable because even when this candle isn't firing on all cylinders, it is still throwing. Strength and throw is a 7 minimum, and this goes up to an 8.5 for sure. I'd say that in my more open area, this candle was a 7.5. Even when it had drowning wicks on it, this is a 7.5, and when it's really performing well, or if you have it in a medium space, it easily gets up to the 8 or the 8.5 mark. Something that I thought was really interesting is that this year's version has thin curly wicks on it. And so I would bet good money on this one performing better than Berry Waffle Cone has for a while. If you've burned this version yet, let me know in the comments what you've thought of it so far. This one ended up going outside because it got, teeny tiny wicks, itty bitty flames. I tried to remove a little bit of wax from it, and then it just kind of started to soot. I never want to remove wax from candles. For me, that's always a last resort, but I just didn't feel like putting this one under the heat lamp in my kitchen, so I took a little bit of wax out and immediately regretted that because it started sooting, and so I just kind of burned the rest of this candle outside. I hate burned it, as my candle sister Sarita from Coffee and Candles would say. And so part of the reason why it looks as tragic as it does is because I let the last third of it just burn for hours on end until it was finished and kept it outside. Even outside, this was a strong candle. I could smell it coming through my screen door into my place. Even outside, this was a strong one. Never any issues with strength and throw, but if you're the type of person that really hates like that last half dud out action that you get a lot of the time from Bath and Body Works and Goose Creek, I don't know. I would maybe avoid it, although if they are using thin curling wicks from now on, maybe the performance is going to be better. I think I might actually burn this in a couple of weeks, so I'll keep you guys posted. I also wanted to mention that Goose Creek has kind of a dupe of Berry Waffle Cone, and it's called Boardwalk Cone. They are actually quite similar, and this one is actually performing pretty nicely so far for a Goose Creek candle. However, when push comes to shove, I have to say that I do think that Bath and Body Works' Berry Waffle Cone is the superior fragrance. The Goose Creek version it doesn't have as much of a berry note. It's much more starchy. It doesn't quite get that blend of kitchen spices as nicely as the Bath and Body Works Berry Waffle Cone does. It's definitely a little bit of a flatter fragrance. They're both very like mid-level fragrances, whereas this one you do get a bit more of a bright and fresh berry mix to it, and the spices are just balanced a little bit more nicely. But it's so funny, hey, because this is so obviously a dupe, because this doesn't actually smell like any sort of an ice cream cone either. This also smells like a mixed berry pie that just came out of the oven. Well, actually, you know what? This probably smells like a mixed berry pie that came in a box from Safeway. This smells a bit more like a mixed berry pie that you just pulled out of the oven. Yeah. Anyways, Berry Waffle Cone in a nutshell. That's all I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comments below what your experiences with this candle have been like. If you could like this video and subscribe to my channel, that would mean the world to me. And until next time, my dear candle-loving friends, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Bye, folks. Thanks.